Hello, everyone. I hope that you are doing well. I'm Dr. E. Michelle Mickens. I am your leadership doctor. As a matter of fact, I've written a book. It's When Purpose Exceeds Profits. When Purpose Exceeds Profits. It's a wonderful, quick, easy to read book, but it's packed with principles and strategies that's designed to help you find ways to be more effective in the workplace. And today I wanted to come before you and share a little bit about the love-centric leadership model that I created a few years ago. It's part of my Be For Real leadership series. As a matter of fact, When Purpose Exceeds Profits is also under the umbrella of the Be For Real leadership series. Now, REAL is an acronym. It stands for Reliable, Ethical, Authentic Learner. So, the love-centric leadership model is something that was impressed on my heart. I believe that the Lord gave me this vision of how important it is for leaders. And I find that there are certain traits found in transformational leaders, authentic leaders, those of you who've actually studied various leadership theories, servant leaders, they have a heart for their followers. They have a heart for their teams, their employees. And when we talk about being love-centric, it is, I find, one of the most effective ways to create an atmosphere where people, your employees, feel psychologically safe. That is a word that is not a buzzword. It may have started out as a popular phrase, but the intent behind having a psychologically safe environment is so critical. And it cannot be expressed enough of how important it is. If you want to see your teams accelerate, if you want to get the good out of your team, you want to get the best, then they need to feel that they can be themselves, showing up authentically, right? That's something that we say we desire. And one way to really inspire your teams to show up authentically is if you're doing the same. People need to know that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay for them to be who they are and not be judged, not be ridiculed. As a matter of fact, those are some of the aspects that a love-centric leader displays. Leaders who love lead with love. Many of you all who've read my posts on various social media platforms and have listened to my podcast, the Introverted Loudmouth podcast, you've heard me talk about leaders who love lead with love. This is, again, part of the love-centric leadership model. So a couple of things that I want to share with you as we are winding down in February, the month of love, is transformational leaders. They have a power that brings love to the workplace. I believe I stated that, but I just want to remind you, they have a power that really brings out comfort, compassion in the workplace. Redemptive leaders. I've spoken a lot and written some articles that are published about being a redemptive leader. And that's a leader who displays mercy. I touched on it earlier. Your goal is to show compassion. Your goal is to build, and I'm looking at notes. Your goal is to build and not belittle your team, right? Those who, your direct reports. You don't want anyone to feel inferior, insignificant. You definitely don't want them to feel overlooked. You want them to know that they are valued because they are, right? They are truly made to be unique. And whatever that is that makes them unique, that's what we embrace as leaders who are demonstrating love in the workplace. And sometimes, it's a four-letter word that people have a tendency to either look at and want to shun in the workplace. It's like, no, I can't do that. Well, you can when you're doing it from a authentic place. Again, you're showing how much you value your employees, those who are, directly report to you. You are showing compassion, right? You're not doing the ooey gooey, I'm in love with you kind. That's not what we're talking about. Not today. Not in this session. We're really focused on letting people know that they matter, that they belong, right? So that's what the focus is when we talk about having a love-centric leadership model. As a matter of fact, when it's all said and done, it's modeling what Jesus did with his disciples, his team of disciples. He poured into them every opportunity that he could. He wanted to pull out of them their talents, their skills, because every last one of them brought incredible contributions to the entire team, and they were able to work as a team to impact the world. And so that's really what we're talking about when we say having a love-centric leadership model. We're modeling what Jesus did with his team and how he built them up so that they could then multiply and do the same exact thing out in their field. We want to encourage authenticity. We want our people to be for real, right? But it begins with you. If your team can see how you function and operate in the workplace, then typically they're going to mimic what they see. If you aren't available, if they don't see how you move and operate and function within the workplace, they have a tendency to fill in the blanks. And people will just do whatever they feel like they can get away with doing. But when they see the right models in place, when you have trained your leadership teams to be stellar leaders, really coming from, a place of authenticity, encouraging ethical behavior, right? Yeah, that's something that unfortunately we don't see enough of, especially from the public's eye. We don't see enough of the high integral ethical people. We just don't see that enough. And so that's something that you, again, being a love-centric leader, you want that to be displayed and that to be a natural element in the workplace. And then last, having a heart to develop your people, not dominate over them. Having a heart to develop them, providing them the support, all the tools, everything that they need to excel and do well. That's being a love-centric leader. So I just wanted to hop on. I just wanted to kind of touch on that component of being an effective leader is a leader that also knows how to lead with love, because it's necessary. We don't see enough of it. We see very little of it. For many years, especially prior to 2020, the pandemic, many people weren't seeing any type of love, interest and when I say love, interest, again, we're talking about compassion. But as we are becoming more emotionally intelligent, as we're becoming more socially intelligent, because that's not discussed enough. But when we exercise high social and emotional intelligence in the workplace, when we let people or encourage people to truly show up as their authentic selves, then we will have and produce the kinds of teams that we need to excel in all that we do for the workplace, for our organizations, right? So I hope I made sense. I hope that this encouraged you and empower you to be that type of leader that you know will be effective in your workplace. All right, until next time, you take care. I'm Dr. E. Michelle Mickens. If you are interested in purchasing my book, When Purpose Exceeds Profits, or any of my other materials, I have a variety. I do a lot of training and workshops, so I have a variety of opportunities for you to just grow in your leadership area. Reach out and connect with me. Okay? I'll make sure that information is in my description. And until next time, you take care and be blessed.